Hi, Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda, and this month's Club Fold card is a double pleat. And if you're interested in learning how you can get these card pieces sent to you, either free if you're one of my VIPs or for $2.50 a month, just go to craftingwithamanda.com and check out the kit and support link, and all the information is there. So this is what was sent to everybody this month, and I also did another card, kind of a preview. I'm learning if I make the card ahead of time, I learn different things, and I'm a little more free to figure things out. So I had to fold the card, the piece of cardstock that I sent to everybody, so that it would fit into the envelope. But your base piece, if you didn't receive these or you want to make more of them, is 4 inches by 11 inches. And then you're going to score it from the center, a ½ inch from each side of the center. So you end up scoring it at 5 inches and 6 inches. And then it's every other, if you look at the instructions that I sent, and if you don't have the instructions, I will have them on my blog soon, so that you can have all of that. But you end up scoring it at a ½ inch, and then 1.5 inches, and then 2 inches. So you end up scoring a ½ inch in and then skip an inch, and then a ½ inch in and skip an inch, ½ inch in and skip an inch. And I start in the center and go across just to make sure that it's kind of a mirror image of each other. So I'm marking here again the ½ inch away from the center on both of the long sides. So I'm marking at 1.5 inches and at 3.5 inches, no, 2.5 inches. If 2 inches is the center, yeah, 1.5 and 2.5. And then I'm doing the same, I'm marking at the 5 and the 6 inch mark on the long side. And then you just clip off the corners, and that's what gives you the folded pleat, kind of the back and forth. You need that angle. So you do that to all 4 sides. Oh, and I should say, so this paper is, you either got paper from the Love Story Toffee collection, or there was a couple sheets or a couple that I needed to send from the mix-in paper pack, and it was the mix-in from July-August, because it had the toffee with the gray on the back, the mink on the back. So they all have similar patterns, I'll say. And once you complete your card, if you guys would post them on our group, I would love that, because I think everybody likes to see all the different cards and the different ways that you embellish them. And like I said, I did make 3 different cards with this, and each of them are a little different. And I found on the first card I didn't glue them down this way. I actually put a strip of paper along the back and a strip of paper along the front. And instead, on the next 2 cards that I did, I went ahead and added glue underneath the ½ inch flap and glued it down, and that seemed to work a lot better for me. It just came together. So here are some of the other embellishments that I sent with the kit this month, and I'm cutting them apart right on the line so that I can use them. And you'll see that I end up trying to audition them in 16 different ways, and I didn't really like it, and then I found out that I could move it to a different spot, and I was really happy with it. So here I'm just kind of forming it, because the glue will kind of make the paper curve a little bit. And again, I'm just kind of auditioning. The cardstock piece is 6 inches long, so to fit on your card base, if you want to have a frame around it, you'll need to cut it to 5 1/4, because that end up giving it a quarter shorter on the 2 edges, which gives it an 1/8 of an inch frame. So voila. And like I said, I'm going back and forth, and I thought about editing out all of my auditions as far as what went where, and then I kind of thought, sometimes I put something on a layout, and after the fact I'm like, oh, I kind of like that. And so I decided to leave all of this on there in case you guys like one of the paper placements that I came upon. So here I'm shaping the flowers, and I will put a link to flower shaping if you haven't done that before. But I just take the dry and stylus, and press out the edges to kind of curve them up. And I'm pressing on the back. I want the other side to be on top. And once you have all that done, then I just kind of pulling the petals up so that they're popped a little forward. And here are just some leaves that I sent with you guys, and you can use them again on any of the cards, but I just crease those down the middle and crinkle them a little to make some fun card fronts. Next I'm grabbing the I don't even know what they're called, I apologize, the small black flowers. They're kind of an acrylic shaped flower, and they just work really well on so many things. I'm going to try to grab them here. Oh, they're called black bursts, and you can use just one in the center, or you can use a sequence, or you can punch a circle. All of these options are available for how you want to decorate the center of your flower, or you can just do some ink in the center. That also works. So now we're back to auditioning things, and I realized this tag was just too big, and so I was going to take this off, and I knew I didn't have to take all of it off because I'd be able to trim the edges up. So that's just what I'm doing, and making just a much shallower banner end on those so that the scale of it fits better with the card. I grabbed my black shimmer trim because there's a black circle on the tag that has the heart on it, and I used the black dots in the center of the flower, so it's kind of just a way to anchor kind of the stuff on the card. And I'm just playing with it, and I want to kind of, I don't want to say hide the top edges of the pleat, but since they're not exactly the same height, by having the shimmer trim go from one end to the other, it'll cover that it's not the exact same height, and no one's going to notice if your pleat is correct or not. And then I realized, okay, I need to step away from how I'm putting the papers on this, and I embossed the background with the new embossing folder, and I don't have the name of that here either, but it's the only embossing folder in the core catalog, and it's these beautiful flowers. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to glue that down, and then I thought about gluing the black shimmer trim down behind the pleated fold, and then I realized, no, you want to have the shimmer trim to go on top of the pleated fold. So I don't know if you have these issues when you create, but these are just the things that go through my mind. So I decided finally that I'm going to put this on the bottom of the card, and I'm going to put one shimmer trim across it, and then as I'm attaching this one, I'm like, what if I put two, so it's not just one across but two. Oh, and here's my tip for the shimmer trim. Save some of the plastic backing on it so that you can peel the shimmer trim off it easier. And I really like, see, I'm auditioning it again, just having the two stripes, and I really like that. And I'm gonna not use the tags at all on this card, or at least on the card front. So now I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm using the grid lines on the Versamat so that I'm going directly across the card. And then you just trim it, but I'm not trimming the plastic carrier sheet, so I just cut the little extra off of that, and it'll make it easier. And it was funny, as I was creating this card, and when I first put the flower down and the leaves were on the left side, it just didn't look right to me until I turned it around and put them on the right. And I just find it funny how just little things like that really can change the look of a project. So this one is done. I'm getting out the wooden shapes here and seeing if I want to put any on, and I decided no, it just doesn't work for me. So I found a spot for all the tags. Yay! Aren't you proud of me? So now I'm going to cut down the two banners and put those on, make a banner out of the extra piece from the front that I cut off so that it would have a frame around it. And then we have a little bit of interest on the inside, and it matches the outside. So hallelujah, I found a solution. And you could ink all the edges of these if you wanted. I kind of wanted to keep it a little more clean lined. I was conscientious about that, but I tend to like that better. So it's really up to you what you want to do. And I also tend to like cleaner lines with the embossing folder. So here's a close-up of the card that I showed you how to create. And then this is the one that I did with the other set of papers, and I literally crinkled up that green cardstock that I sent. And here I took the edges that I had cut off the corners of the pleat and put them on the card front. So you have that option too. If you haven't subscribed to my page, I would love for you to join us. And here's some more videos you may be interested in, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.